scamming my girl like I'm pussy, my nigga. Well, guess what? I might not look like I'm about it, but I'm about it, you heard? I'm gangster. You know what they call me in the streets? You know what the homies call me in the streets, B? They call me pendejo, nigga. Pendejo. I don't know what that shit mean, but that shit sound tough.
Los locos kick your ass! Los locos kick your face! Los locos kick your balls into outer space!
¿Está preparado? I was born ready. Born ready!
You heard? That shit sound tough, B. Real talk. Oh!
Johnny, I know you're not playing with the fucking gun in the house.
No.
So what you play with?
My dick. It busted.
And the right body, less physical space between himself and Conor. Taking away his energy.
You can't fuck with Red Glove on his worst day. How about that?
I ain't really changed, it's the same old rebel, still a radical. I'm passionate, it's just another level. AT told me I should fight back, they don't like that. Just know if you rock the boat, you better have a life raft. BJ told me I should fight back, they don't like that. Just know if you rock the boat, you better have a life raft.
So I just want to go ahead and talk about this Canelo versus Triple G 3 fight. Want to give some thoughts, how I feel about it, do I think it should be happening, and all that good stuff. So first off, am I excited about the fight? Hell no. I'm not excited about this fight in the least. Let me explain something, alright? I am a Triple G fan. Have been for years. But, just like any other boxer, I'm not going to hop on his junk and start reenacting the Pond de Floor video. I'll leave a link in the description if you don't know what I'm referring to. But, you watch the video and you'll get what I'm getting at. But, yeah, I'm a Triple G fan, but I'm not excited about this fight at all. First off, the first fight, and big shout out to Official Scorecard Science. I heard him say this, and I've always felt this way myself. When they had their first fight, they should have already been on their second or third fight. Just to be honest. But the first fight happened way too late. The second fight, I don't really have a problem with the time frame between the first and the second one. But it's been some time since that second one. And where I'm at with it is this, alright? I feel Triple G won the first fight. And it was a gift draw toward Canelo Alvarez. Second fight, I honestly didn't have a problem with them giving it to Canelo. And the reason why is I felt it was a close fight. And it really could have been either guy winning or a draw. I wouldn't have had a problem with it. Literally any outcome left to the judges, I wouldn't have had a problem with. Now, the BS with the scorecards and all that is to be expected when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, but I don't really care about all that shit. If the cards are wide, the cards are wide. But that fight, I could have went either way or a draw, and I wouldn't have been mad at it. So that means Canelo did better, in my eyes at least. I'm speaking from my perspective. In the second fight, Canelo did better than he did in the first fight, and Triple G did not do as well as he did in the first fight. Now, Triple G being the older man, and it's been like, what, 2 years since that last fight? It would stand to reason that Canelo should be able to win that fight quite comfortably. So that's why I'm not excited about the fight. I feel that Triple G has been aged purposely. There's a reason why the Zone has been trying to push for that fight to be made, and it's just now getting made. So, you know, I'm not excited about it. Now, as far as Canelo is concerned, by no means I'm no Canelo fan. Haven't been a fan for quite some time. But as far as criticizing him, I can criticize the fight, but in all honesty, I can't criticize him too harshly. And the reason being is that he, last couple fights was a unification, moving up 2 weight classes and knocking out a champion there. And not, one of these trinket champions, like an actual champion. So I really can't. See, here's the thing about Canelo. He makes shit complicated. He makes shit complicated, and it's for a couple reasons, all right? On the one hand, I can't stand the bitch, all right? I can't stand that, that first fight didn't happen when it should have. I can't stand the fact that he threw his belt in the trash. I can't stand that he, that the WBC made this special title or status or whatever you want to call it just for this son of a bitch. I can't stand it. But when it comes to the fights that he's making and the way that he's winning these fights as of late, I can't criticize him. I'm gonna be honest, going into that Jacobs fight, I totally expected him to rob Jacobs. I totally expected for the judges to not give Jacobs a fair shake. But the fight happened, and to be honest, he did way better against Jacobs than I expected. He beat Jacobs convincingly, in my opinion. I don't think there was a robbery in that fight at all, and if I remember the scorecards correctly, I don't even think they were ridiculous. I think they were pretty spot on. So I can't be mad at that. Now, moved up 2 weight classes, and not only did he beat Kovalev, he stopped Kovalev. And yeah, it took him 11 rounds, I think it was, but still, like, all these other guys who are moving up 2 weight classes are either getting severely outclassed because they're timid, or they're getting knocked out or stopped. But he moved up and did the stopping. Now, I've heard a lot of conspiracy theories, and I kind of understand why, but to me, it didn't look like a fix. If you feel it was a fix, given Canelo's track record, I can't be too mad at you. But me personally, it didn't look like a fix, and I give him full credit for that Kovalev win. Then, he signed a fight with Billy Joe Saunders, which is a fight that makes sense. It's not a fight that doesn't make sense. You got a lot of these boxers who are, Deontay Wilder, he'd rather fight Ortiz 3 or 4 times before he fight AJ once. That doesn't make sense. You got Gervonta Davis who is pulling up guys from 126 and 130 when he fights at 135. That don't make sense. But with Canelo moving up and down the weights, which in my opinion doesn't make sense in itself, but because he does that and he's successful, I think the Billy Joe Saunders fight makes sense. Now, that fight is in jeopardy because of the coronavirus. There's a good chance that right now I think I heard it's being pushed back to June. Good possibility it just gets canceled altogether, and we just go straight to this Triple G fight in September. Providing the world is in a better situation come September. I honestly, as much as I hate to say it, I cannot give Canelo a whole lot of shit about this. Especially when you got DAZN who's pushing for this to happen. When you have a contract with a platform such as DAZN, and they're hounding you and they're hounding your promoter and saying, when is this fight going to happen? This is the reason why we signed you. This is the reason why we signed him. When is this going to happen? When that's going on, and there's a whole lot of money to be made, and he fights in one of the weight classes, he has a belt in one of the weight classes that you fight in, it makes sense. It's not a fight that doesn't make any sense at all. Now, is it a bit opportunistic? Hell fucking yeah, it is. Triple G is, his best days are behind him. He's not going to be better than he was in the first or second fight. So don't get me wrong, this is calculated risk. But from the business side to the, how he's been moving and everything, I can't criticize the fight that much. It's going to draw in the casuals. You're going to have a whole lot of casual Mexican fans because there's this rivalry between not Mexico and Kazakhstan, but just Canelo and Triple G. And because Canelo being Mexican, the Mexicans are going to get behind him. So you have that rivalry going on. You got a lot of casual fans of Triple G as well. Don't get me wrong. If you're not saying just because you're a Triple G fan, you're a casual. I'm a Triple G fan as well. But what I am saying is that this is going to draw a lot more eyes than some other fights that could be made and should be getting made. Because I would, in all honesty, I would prefer the Andrade fight at this point. I mean, like I said, Triple G's best days are behind him. So why not see a guy who is in his prime still, who's undefeated, against Canelo? But for whatever reason, Canelo's not fighting him next. And to be honest, if it wasn't Triple G, it'd probably be somebody at 168 or even 175. Like I said, just because of what he's been doing lately and how he's been doing it, I cannot... You have no idea. I would look to drag Canelo Alvarez's name through the mud for this shit. I would love to. I can't stand Canelo Alvarez. But I refuse to let my disdain for a fighter allow me to be a straight up hater in these videos. So, what are my hopes? My hopes is that Triple G would knock him out. Realistically, I don't think it's going to happen. Realistically, I think he's going to beat him convincingly this time. I think Canelo's going to beat him convincingly. And it's only going to further his career. It's going to further his perception in the eyes of the fans. A lot of Mexican fans already think he's the best thing since sliced bread. They've already forgotten about, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. They've already forgotten about Oscar De La Hoya. This is their guy. So, I mean, it's not just Canelo, it's the way the sport is, period. Now, I can't put all the blame on him. So, this is just how I feel about this fight. You can feel free to disagree with me. Put it in the comment section. Just know, if you insult me, you come at me incorrect, I'm going to flame your ass. But, you come with your points or whatever, we can have some dialogue, whatever. But, yeah, I'm not going to hate on Canelo for the sake of hating on him. However, if you are, giving a vitriol response to Canelo for making this fight, I can't blame you all that much either. This is just a clusterfuck. See, this is exactly why I don't like Canelo. Because there's just so many gray fucking areas with this guy. The whole thing with the franchise belt and all that, I cannot stand that shit. But when he's in the ring, I can't get mad at the guy for knocking out a guy who's 2 weight classes above him and is a champion. Who's known for knocking out motherfuckers himself. So, that's where I'm at with this. Tell my subscribers anywhere watching my videos, or if you just so happen to stumble on this video, I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace.
That's why undefeated.